All right, honeys, it's KingBritneyChanel. Y'all already know. So, K Michelle basically spoke on K yet again. She did an interview where she had these wild comparisons between K and another singer. We're going to talk about that. Before we get started, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoy my commentary on this. Okay, y'all. So K Michelle did an interview. A lot of y'all were like, did y'all see the interview or hear the interview? So I went to check it out. So shout out to my subscribers who asked me about that. Okay, so I'm on Celebrity Insider in their entertainment section. This was posted by Mel Walker on October the 23rd 2019, 2:14 a.m. I think this is Pacific time. Okay, so basically, in this particular interview that had, a lot of people a little hot under the, a little hot about K Michelle's comments and her comparisons between K and Elvis. And I'm so over people from the BLK community comparing this dude to people that have gone on to the glory. Those people have gone on to the glory. There's no way that anybody could get anything from those people at this point. And it's just like, why is it that we find ways to try to evade or, to not talk about the issue or the elephant in the room, and that is K. Okay, it's so annoying. So let's talk about what happened. Okay, so basically, K Michelle has recently decided to open up about her past. So I did a video on my channel before where K made some statements, and I think, excuse me, y'all know it's that time of the year, honey, where the tickles in your throat and all that. But K Michelle basically, spoke about K as her, a friend and a person that was her peer in the industry and how he helped her a lot. And I think that that's what really has her torn with making an assessment about who K is as a person. Sometimes we're so stuck on the charming part of individuals, and people do have different aspects to them. You know what I mean? It's like, this is why it's so hard for people to see somebody close to them, or this is why typically, and I would say in La Policia and different things, that people cannot be so close to a case or a situation because their vision and their judgment is blurred when it comes to people that they're close to. If a person has ever been nice to you and you've seen that side of them, it's hard. And he did, help K Michelle out, with these record labels, and, was supportive of her career. And, when she was going through her tough situation where people didn't even believe what she was going through, he was somebody that I guess she was able to lean on. And so I get why some of her comments are, the way that they are. Okay. But I also feel like we need to start pushing accountability and responsibility in the community. So basically, Kay opened up about the part where she used to work as, somebody that get down to the birthday suit for some dollars, pop it for $1. Okay, so she also shared her 2 cents on the current situation around her former boyfriend, who is Kay. Okay, and Michelle didn't seem overly critical towards the singer and the songwriter. Entirely on the contrary, she was more reserved in judgments than most other people have been so far. Okay, I don't feel like K Michelle is giving us the same thing that she gave on the interview that I saw her do on Hollywood Unlocked. Okay, she basically said that she did not want to participate in what is going on right now, because some people are bandwagoning just to get, K down and all this other stuff. Like, they're really not concerned about the moral principle around what's going on. Okay, as you can see, you got people that's concerned about their face being on Sunset Boulevard. You have people concerned about doing different interviews and stuff like that, and true colors and motives are being shown. And then you have some people that are actually advocating for women in the youth in the community, and they really wanted this individual to be stopped. So she's basically saying that she did not want to participate in what certain groups of people were doing to Kay, because there were some groups of people that were, they were laying it on a bit, but the motivation at the end of the day for them was a payday. That was the only difference. So K Michelle is like, listen, they got him already. I'm not going to be the one to put the extra nail in the situation. They have him, okay? He ain't going nowhere. And it's the truth about it. Like, it's already been a lot of people who have spoken on the situation. And I feel like a lot of the celebrities that were speaking on it is kind of disingenuous, because, a lot of celebrities got their own little skeletons that they might have. You feel me? So, I'm sure Kay ain't the only one, but he's who we're talking about right now. But I definitely feel like, she had the same energy that she had in the first interview or whatever. But here's the part that I didn't like. So still, she shared some words about the situation, explained that she was mostly disappointed with the way people were treating Kay. And then this is the controversial statement that she made. She drew comparisons to Elvis, and basically on how he, was picking up, his significant other, who at the time was not at an age, to me, old enough to be a significant other, okay? And then it was strange that Kelly was being treated differently. I don't really feel, I'm tired of people using these references of other communities and other people and the way that they do things. It does not negate the fact that Kay knew what he was doing. It doesn't negate anything. And in fact, my thing is, Kay had, I would say, claims made in the 90s, okay? So how old is Elvis? Like, how old would Elvis be right now? Y'all let me know in the comments. Born in a different time, okay? Something that was acceptable to people in a certain time, that doesn't mean that it was right, okay? Because they've been producing illicit substances for a long time, right? They were also doing a lot of, I would feel, things that are not humane in different times. That didn't mean it was okay. It just meant that at the climate at that time, they did not speak on that issue. But they should have. It just wasn't the climate at that time. Like, so things, as I said, this is why I say something that was true yesterday may not be true today. So in 1990, okay, we've had, laws and regulations for a minute now, okay? During that time, it was not okay for Kay to be doing what he was doing. He was fully aware of that. That's why he had people, back in 2008, paying people, and that's what the people are claiming, the people versus Kay, to, hide different stuff and, move, go overseas, giving people gifts, promising people things so that they wouldn't speak their truth. And typically, if you gotta hide and dodge different stuff and pay all these settlements and stuff, you're basically being secretive, and you're doing something that you don't have no business doing, because nobody is coming to you to settle unless you done did something or had a matter that needs to be settled. Okay, so I'm just not getting the reference, and I'm tired of people out of this BLK community doing this stupid foolishness with these stupid comments like she's making right here. Stop worrying about what other people from other communities is doing and get your own house in order. Get the mote out your own eye. And it's crazy. They will talk about the price of tea in China as if we live in China. I don't live in China. I live right here. I seen this man, on video, my siblings coming home or my people coming home talking about, oh yeah, Kay played basketball with us at church. So I'm seeing this individual in my community. Elvis is not here today for nobody to be like, sir, what's good? Because I'm sure if he had people that was alive today in the climate today, I feel like they would be pressing him. But the problem is in these communities, and especially in this BLK community, what I see from other communities, they hold people accountable. They do not hold on to the trash of their community. You do something. First of all, the way that this is as for me, this is why I say I don't get into that whole BLK community and all of that. And y'all should definitely check out that podcast I did on Gina Rodriguez, and it explains to you why you as a person should not claim being BLK, what it means in legal terms and everything else. So y'all definitely should check that out so that y'all can see what y'all are claiming, because it's really a status and not necessarily a ethnic group or origin. Okay, so definitely check that out. But people is running around thinking that, you know, we're obligated to support him because he's a certain shade, and that's no. As for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord. Okay, so that means when I have kids, they're gonna follow that. And if you don't follow what I set for you, because you're supposed to train up your child in the way that they should go, and they had better not shame my family name. Okay, that's the culture that I come from. Forget all that BLK culture. That's the culture that I come from. You don't take up for trash of the community. You don't take up for people that would lie, that would just run amok through the community. You don't take up for those type of people. But what you do is live a righteous life, and you live in a righteous community. That's what you do. That your seed and your bloodline be righteous. This dude is not a part of the community. I don't understand. And talk about the same energy, man. We're in 2019 where it's not okay for the likes of K's to be walking the street in the community. I don't care what you say. And the fact, this is the problem that I have, honey, with some of these celebrities. And it's just, she's already not even a good, to me, example for the youth out here anyway. This is why parents, you need to be making sure, you know, who your kids are looking up to, what they're watching, because it's like K. Michelle in itself, she got a lot going on. Okay, let's just say that. And when I say that, you know, I feel like internally she has a lot going on. I feel like K. Michelle has been through a lot in her life. I feel like she has low self-esteem, and she has been just downtrodden so much in her life. Like, you see her doing stuff like, you know, tearing at her nose, and, you know, her skin is looking more lighter and lighter. Honey, it took me a while to find these pictures of K. Michelle, because I didn't even really know who I was looking at. The K. Michelle that I, you know, used to watch in videos was brown skin. Now I'm looking at a person that is a lighter shade, and, you know, a person that is sitting there telling us we shouldn't be looking. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, we should be focused on somebody who is not, you know, here to tell their tale. Like, come on. Like, something that was okay. It was a lot of things that was okay in times past that's not okay now, because we evolve as a civilization. Like, as time goes on, there's technology, views and things change. So don't come telling us about no Elvis and stop as a way to cape for K. Just say that you a little biased and you feel it's a little hard for you because K showed you a charming side. Now the other side of you probably is torn because you know what this man was really out here doing, because she said herself that, you know, it was mothers in the kitchen, and if I talk, everybody is going down. So we're not gonna act like that's not what's going on here. And then, you know, the same people run their mouths talking about, oh, Hef and oh, them people is not even here to tell their story, bro. Get off of it. He need to be held accountable. They got him. It's not going to change what the dude did. Stop it. Just stop the ignorance. Stop it. Okay? Stand up for something once in your life that's great, other than this stupidity. Because the stupidity that I see coming from the ignorance of the community, Oh, like I'm telling you, if I get on YouTube right now and I talk about how other people is doing stuff to the BLK community, I will have 2 million subscribers right now, because people love that Vic ideology. I promise you. If I talk about how everybody just do BLK people so wrong, I would have so many people watching me, because it's that group of people. Come on now. Y'all know what type of time these people be on, because they don't want to hear about truth and accountability. They just want somebody to blame. Never mind the fact that this man come on, videos, documentation, people that have witnessed, like people that have talked, given testimonials, okay, about this dude, and you sitting there telling me about somebody that ain't even here. Like the stupidity of this. So let me tell y'all. I'm telling you, this is why people is hot. So she talks about, I was standing in the booth as they were taking him in, and I was looking through the booth. Y'all know how she start that crying at the TV. To be standing in the booth and to see that I just lost, that was a lot, because I know right is right and wrong is wrong. Ma'am, people be so quick, I don't have a heaven or, down below to put nobody in, right? I don't have that. But the Most High God do. And he tell you in his word what is the rules and the regulations. And he's going to have order. So I wasn't sad when they picked up somebody that has been running amok through the community. People haven't seen their daughters in years. I'm not crying no tears for nobody like that. I'm not crying no tears because they didn't let him have a laptop. I'm not crying no tears because every 90 days he got to switch girlfriends. I'm not crying no tears for somebody who was very privileged in America, in this society that we live in. I'm not crying no tears for that. And that the person is now, they claim, broke because he didn't have to pay out all these payments from his foolish and horrible behavior. What you crying for? Come on now, like this is so crazy. Crying no tears for no person like this. Are these parents crying tears that they would have second phone calls with their daughters? I bet you they crying tears right now. Dude is so in a messed up position. The joy and as the youths in his life is running around handling his day-to-day business. And he a grown behind man. I'm not crying no tears for that. I'm crying tears for these girls that are in their the best age you could probably be in your life, because you get to experience and figure stuff out so that when you're in your latter days, you could be good and straight. But now their whole life right now, until they, get back to their family and get back on track, is in a whirlwind right now, and probably holding on to the mere hope that this dude is probably going to come back, and this dude is probably never going to be out to see the light of day ever. It's not going to happen. So the nerve of this. So okay, let's continue. All I want us to do is have the same energy. Ma'am, stop talking about the past. Like, okay, there was certain things at that time period that was okay to do then. At a certain point in time, women were seen as, I would say, belongings to their husband. That doesn't mean that it was okay then. You feel what I'm saying? But we have different rules and regulations now that we're talking about now. I don't care about the past. We're talking about 2019. Today. Like, what the heck do we care about what happened in the past? That's the problem. You too busy looking in the past and not looking at the future. And the problem with y'all is y'all overlook the stuff that people was doing in the past. And now it all has come to a head. And now people is being held accountable. And y'all still hollering about that. Pick a side. There's no hot and No, you sitting there talking about, oh, I ain't got no heaven or whatever. I can't judge nobody. That's a lie, because in the scripture, it talks about righteous judgment that the saints have the ability to do. You think the Most High God wants you to be letting somebody run amok through the community where the women and children don't have a voice? Do you really think? And then, what we're supposed to do is just to protect the BLK man and let him just run amok through the community with the woes and let him do whatever he wants to do at the detriment of the women and the youth in the community. You got us messed up, K. Michelle. You got us messed up. But let me calm myself down, because this interview had me hot, y'all. Hotter than fish grease. However, some supporters of rock and roll have pointed out that the situations of the two celebs are not the same, and Kay is in a lot more trouble in the public's eyes than Elvis has ever been in, okay? And this is the thing. People just do the stupid deflection stuff that they try to do. Ma'am, say that he was wrong for what he did. It's wrong. If you universally agree that if you have children, you wouldn't let things fly like that, then you would have to know that something was wrong with what was going on here. Something was wrong. And people that do wrong have to be held accountable. When you stand before a judge, are you going to be sitting there and telling them, oh, well, such and such was doing this? They want to hear about what you was doing. They don't care. They caught you. They don't care about what so-and-so did. They caught you. Let me get back to it, y'all. She also stated, so here go the flip-flop. This is just somebody that's double-minded, is unstable in all their ways. So then you go from that to, I'm not going to defend this man. I know for me, he is a controlling, I think she say man, but he would control my music. He would tell me, you're going to sit here with the same clothes on until you finish this song because it needs to be amazing. So she's here. We have her reminiscing about maybe a time for her that was well with this person. Ma'am, it still don't negate the fact. A person that is like a K, people could have two different sides to them. We've seen it. We've seen it with Ted. We've seen it with a lot of people historically. They could be a pristine person. That's why they have stuff like profilers, because some people don't look like what you would think a person that would be doing negative activity would be doing. So you have to sometimes look a little deeper at the situation. He's one of, just like you have La Policia, that they go out and do their job, but they might not be the best person to their wife and their family. Okay, look at the stats for that. They go home and think they Floyd Mayweather, or think that they Tyson with their wife. Okay, so just because a person smiled, they might have bought the office coffees and all kind of stuff. That doesn't mean that they are not going to be doing negative behavior. Okay, so they say Kay himself has not commented much on things said by his former partner, though he has made it clear so far that he has no plans to back down from his position, and he's going to continue to I guess go on to obtain his freedom as best he can. So opinions on the crooner are a bit divided at the moment, with many people questioning whether he is indeed, responsible for this, but most seem to be leaning towards that conclusion. I need to know y'all's thoughts on this, because I'm hot about this, and I feel like I get it though. I get it. I get that was somebody that she loved, and that was somebody that was close to her. But at the same time, exactly what she said, right is right and wrong is wrong. And because you have said it yourself that you've seen mothers in the kitchen. She said it herself that if she was to talk, everybody was going down. Ain't that what she said? If y'all remember that, put that in the comments if y'all remember. So you also said, well, she also said that if she had, you know, daughters, they're not going to be recording in no studio like how some of these girls were. So if that's the case, then you know that something was in the milk wasn't right. Something in the juice, in the milk, tea, whatever you want to be drinking at this time was not right. And I'll just say that. You get what I'm saying? But to sit there and be doing all this deflection, ma'am, it is what it is. Just say that you don't want to participate in, you know, putting the nail in it for the person that you once loved and that you once knew. It's hard to accept that. But I'm telling y'all, as for me as a person, I don't know about nobody else on here. I'm not supporting, I don't care if it's a family member. I don't care if it's somebody, a friend. I'm not supporting no blank stuff, period. I'm not supporting no unrighteous activity, because basically you being passive is you being in agreement with that. And y'all know, if you don't know, spiritual agreements have implications in your everyday life. And like I said, that type of stuff affects your children and your children's children in the future. It affects your lineage. And people be trying to be loyal to these disloyal people, or loyal to these people that they don't even know. You better vouch for yourself and stop trying to vouch for other people, because you don't want the same consequences spiritually that person is going to get. So if you're going to be to the side, be to the side. Otherwise, don't say nothing at all about it, because you don't want what they have coming to them. Period. You don't want that. It's not going to be a good look for you, because, okay, you could go on to the glory, and guess what? If you didn't repent for that action, down the whole line, you'll be dealing with something. It's a guarantee. You reap what you sow. Whatever you get into agreement with, that's going to be your portion. Whatever you say up out of that mouth, it's going to be so. So you running around like you don't want to speak on them, and then you mentioning the situation and saying, oh, I don't understand how people is treating him like this. Ma'am, you know why. You know why. You said why on Hollywood Unlocked. So I'm telling you, I'm a person, y'all. I live for my legacy, and I live to live a righteous life. And nobody around me, nobody, period, is going to compromise, my belief system, or have me supporting something that is outside the will of God for my life. And I'm just not getting in agreement with no mess like that, period. I don't care how close I was to the person. I don't love nobody on this earth more than I love the Most High God. And y'all better always keep that in mind. Don't let nobody bring shame to your name. That's the problem with the BLK community. They don't have, or I would say some people, because they don't have that concept of like how other communities have. Honey, you will not bring shame to the family name. You'll get kicked out before you bring shame to the family name. And that's the problem. They caping for this dude, knowing that this dude was out here wronger than wrong, just all the way messed up. They didn't get this dude no help or none of that. And sitting there trying to deflect and say, instead of saying, I want you to stay where you at, because I feel that way you could get the counseling and things that you need, but I'm also protecting other people away from you because you can't help yourself right now, and I'm praying for you. But that's where you need to be. That's the best way I can help you, because you need to be away from the public because you don't know how to act. No, what you do is start talking about somebody else's family, bringing up somebody else from another community that's not even here. Not even here, not even from this generation, not even from this time. Okay? Not even here. all to try to, bring attention to other stuff instead of holding the person accountable. I don't understand why people like to hold on to the trash of the communities. The person that's like, okay, a girl is in the life and somebody that's, pimping may have been kind to her. Does it negate the actions of the person and their behavior? No, that person was kind to you, but he could have slighted others. So it's still not changing who he is as a person. Everybody had their good days. Some people may have their bad days or active behaviors that they know is wrong, but they just do. But when those behaviors that are negative come forward, they got to be checked, because God is a God of order, and that's what he got you in positions for. You ain't supposed to co-sign no foolishness, and you ain't supposed to be in agreement with no foolishness. So therefore, we do have the right, as some of us as saints, okay, and as people that are children of the Most High God, we do have the right to say, Kay, not today. You won't be doing that today, and I dare you to be out here doing that in the community. I'm not going to make it comfortable for you. You're going to be real uncomfortable. And that's how other communities, they don't let people be comfortable running amok through their community. They disassociate themselves from the trash in their community, because it's about preserving their lineage, their uplifting their, family line, and so that they name remain looking a certain way, so that you don't dishonor your legacy. Okay? He has dishonored his legacy. I'm not in support of him dishonoring himself, his family, his legacy, or none of that. And just doing what he did to the community. I'm not for that. So I don't care who be like, oh, she always da 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 da. I don't, because I've been seeing the little comments under certain videos. I don't care if you choose to support the dude. I don't have to. The people that don't like him don't have to. I don't like that spirit and that behavior that he had. And if people, instead of just turning a blind eye to stuff, if they would have got this dude help sooner, we wouldn't be talking about this today. It's KingBritneyChanel, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed my commentary on this. I know I was a little passionate about this, but I don't like when people try to deflect from negativity and behavior instead of holding the person accountable. If you are going to be biased, or if you just feel like you torn, then don't say nothing at all. That's how I feel. Because it's like people have been affected by this. And you showing that you have compassion for this man. But what about these people who have encountered this individual? So what? You had a good experience with him. So what? That doesn't invalidate what is going on here. So, I mean, that's just my little 2 cents on this, y'all. I know some of y'all asked me to do that. Definitely make sure y'all check out, please make sure y'all check out the Gina Rodriguez one. I think that y'all will find that interesting. I get into depth about, what it is to be Latino. I get into what BLK actually means, because it is a status, okay? It's not what you think it is. And I break it down for you to be able to understand. Like, even people who don't really, do much reading would be able to understand what I'm talking about, okay? And then also you'll be able to look certain things that I'm talking about up, okay? And it also will explain why you get treated a certain way in this system that we live in. So hopefully y'all check that out and y'all enjoy that. And I will see y'all in the next video. So I will put the links down below to the podcast, KingBritneyChanel, on anchor.fm. Favorite me, okay? And I will see y'all soon on the next video. Before I forget, guys, definitely make sure you check out my book. This is the print deluxe edition with additional chapters. It is also available in ebook version. This book, I designed and I wrote. If you want to, it helps people discover their purpose, to walk in greatness. If you just looking for a spiritual breakthrough, honey, I went through some trials and tribulations and situations, and the gems and the revelation that I got from the Most High, I put it in a book for you all. So I pray that this book, anybody who reads this book or gets this book, honey, gets the healing, the blessings and deliverance that they need from the prayers. Even if you want to just learn how to pray, because a lot of people don't, know how to pray. This is the book right here for you. It is available, like I said, in ebook version, and it is available in the print edition. I love this little glossy cover, y'all. It is available in the print deluxe edition with additional chapters as well on Amazon.com. I will see y'all soon on the next video. Definitely make sure, like I said, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and see y'all soon. Come shop with me now at my Teespring store, KingBritneyChanel Couture. I provide custom apparel and so much more for an affordable price. We have items like leggings, t-shirts, and hoodies. So thank you for shopping, and I hope that you enjoy. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.